Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we are here for our weekly angel reading for May 13th through the 19th, 2024. So, as we begin, I'd first like to start by thanking everyone who is returning to this weekly series and to also welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community. At the time of this, that the recording will go out, the weekend that you should probably be observing this, it will be Mother's Day here in the States. So I definitely want to wish all of you a happy Mother's Day who are mothers, in any way that entails. Um, there are many people I've considered mothers just beside the mother who gave birth to me, who I adored and miss terribly, but um, I recognize that there are just so many mother figures who are in our communities and in our lives. And so we celebrate them and wish all of you a happy Mother's Day. If you haven't already, just a few reminders. Make sure that you have subscribed, that you select the all notification bell, and like, dislike, and of course, leave your comments. If during the course of this video you feel called to have an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. Also, if you would like to support my channel with a donation, you can use my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom LLC. All of these links you can find in the description area below this video. If you haven't seen the general monthly angel reading as of yet, I hope you have. But if you haven't, make sure that you check it out. That'll be the very first link underneath this video in the description area. And of course, if you haven't seen the 12 angel scopes for each zodiac sign, go ahead and check those out. You can find them on my YouTube community posts or under videos on my channel, or you can find them through my Twitter account or my Facebook page account. So however you can find them, the links to my Twitter and my Facebook page is in the description area below. All right. So we're into another week of May, and they just keep like turning like pages in a book. The weeks, they go within a blink of an eye. And it's just sometimes it's like, stop! But we are moving forward on our ascension path, and this is amazing. And also, it is challenging. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. To just calm the mind and your body and any energies within you that are, feeling a little bit rambunctious, for lack of a better word. And to also just to take in breaths to clear the energy and to reconnect you with the universe. And just allow yourself to feel grounded. And you can set an intention of just grounding into the heart of Lady Gaia, her beautiful pink heart. And if you choose, you can see roots that are gold and silver. They're just connecting you in to her heart space. And be aware of the immediate calm and safety and the open invitation of love unconditionally. You know, we forget that the invitation was given to each soul by Lady Gaia, knowing that this would be the toughest experience in the entire universe, this planet, because of duality and the veil of illusion, because of the opportunities to experience challenges that help the soul to resolve any internal karma or lessons, to get that chance to reapproach and realign on those different points that you might have set for yourself as goals, these soul contracts, I like to call them. And these soul contracts are sort of what is, I want to say orchestrating, but I felt the word motivating life events, especially the ones that you feel have sort of changed your life, the ones that change, and the way that your life has changed is the way that you see things. These experiences change the way you see, feel, and think and believe. And those beliefs, those changes, those internal shifts are the highlight of your life journey, specifically in this lifetime. This is also true about the people that you encounter. And this is for good or bad, both in the wisdom of your soul were great opportunities for you to heal, for you to experience greater love. And, you know, we make everything about the external, but it's really about you. It's not about loving, the ability to love others, although that's a part of it, it's inherent. But it's to know yourself. As this greater gift and opportunity and blessing and reward of love, of whatever it is you're seeking. It is really to know yourself. We just can't be limited by what we seek, but we have to go deeper into what's behind what we're seeking, because that's the prize, that's the goal, that's the purpose for your soul. And you go through things that are really challenging. And you might find right now, as I was seeing a cross, and I don't know the type of cross, but it's the cross that has the circle, and it may usually have in the center, and usually has some writing on it. Was that type of cross. And for me, all the crosses are about um, symbol of suffering and challenges. It is interesting, the circle in the center. And it makes me think of oneness, or God, or source, maybe cycles. Or maybe it's like a something on a map. It's pointing out something on a map, like almost like a destination for some reason. I know it's almost like you're in the moment of your challenges of suffering, there is something at the center that we need to focus on. Something deeper than what's on the surface of what's happening. To look deeper for the purpose. You know, you've heard me say it a lot recently because it just really clicked with me after all my life of hearing it. But that there is a reason for everything. And maybe instead of fighting with the challenge, also opportunity, really go deeper for the purpose, so you can really be in sync with the moment, with the opportunity. Because there is no challenge, no life experience that's not affording you some kind of blessing that is going to reward you and prepare you for that reward that you're about to receive. And so you might want to think about that in a moment of trial and tribulation, that you're being prepared for the reward that you desire, but more importantly, that you deserve. Because in this way, the universe is always supporting you and helping you no matter what is happening. Your soul has set up something to liberate you. And the more that we apply ourselves in this way to the practice of healing our suffering, your belief system will shift, and therefore the dynamics of your challenges, your tests, or the events will be less painful and agonizing, because the pain, the suffering, the agony that you witness through your lens is what's creating the experience as you feel it, see it, experience it. When you open up your eyes and your heart to the wisdom and understanding of your soul and the universe, you will no longer suffer at the cost of an experience, because you will no longer be giving away so much of yourself unnecessarily, because there's a belief of conviction, like you did something terribly wrong, or you deserve to be treated this way, or this is all you've ever known, and so therefore you always expect it to be horrific. The idea that when you look back and you say, I survived that, I made it through, I don't know how. In actuality, you made it through, you survived your own shenanigans. That was your interpretation of the events from your ego's perspective rather than your soul's perspective. Your soul orchestrated these contracts. And in this lifetime, because we're going towards the golden era in 2032, many souls were invited on the planet, more than would normally be necessary to be on the planet, to give them all a chance to work through their stuff, their karma, their ancestral karma. We've taken on many, many things, not just for ourselves, but we came here, the goal of this period of time, the goal for all souls that are here is for the collective primarily. We've come here to actually create peace on earth. And what I'm describing, how we interpret reality and how we create suffering because of our beliefs and interpretations. In that golden era, we won't project unconsciously, and we will take responsibility immediately. Nobody will hold on to shame and guilt, because they'll understand sort of the soul technology, if you will, if I can use that. We'll understand what we're doing. We'll be very clear about it. And so we'll take care of ourselves, meaning, and each other, meaning we will take responsibility. We won't hold anything against ourselves, and we won't hold anything against anyone else. We'll just imagine a world where still things will be contrast in the world, but we'll choose to view it with wisdom, with universal wisdom, and with unconditional love and respect for everyone and everything, for the entire universe, this kind of thing. And so we won't have these conversations in our heads where we're blaming people and blaming ourselves and feeling we'll know what our power is, and we'll use it wisely. And we'll seek out what we need, whether it's an attunement or whatever practice that allows us to maintain optimal vibration and frequency, which allows us to be in that state of clarity at all times. Just know that every season of your life, every cycle of your life is an opportunity. Now, in this week, we're going to, what is it called? A first quarter moon. And these first quarter moons and the last quarter moons always present challenges. And so there's a lot of things that we're healing and letting go. And don't take it lightly that many of you, some of the things, the illnesses or things that you're going through, you're not going through it because it's something you did. You're going through this on a very collective level. You're bringing healing and all, it's just not about the symptoms, but every disease represents a disease. And maybe there might be several diseases incorporated in that disease. And it is those diseases that you are healing on a collective level. Sounds insane, doesn't it? But many of you are here healing your ancestral karma. And the universe is allowing this now. So make your suffering and pain less personal. I know it in our human, it feels really good to own that. But it's bigger than us. It's bigger than you. Because in truth, more than there is a you, there is an us, oneness. And that's where, when we get rid of all of this ego and focus on the individual, and which causes us to hold on through the ego's lens to shame, guilt, and blame, etc. When it's about the ego, it's nothing about oneness and the harmony and the peace and the joy and the unconditional love. It seems as though in oneness, let's put it this way, if you've watched the birds, when they fly, and there's no leader. They take turns and they are just in sync with one another energetically. And the ego is something very different. It's like, I have to struggle I want to be the leader. Why are you the leader? It starts making you think like this. But in oneness, we are all leaders. Imagine a world where we self-govern, that we don't need law because the law is inherent. The spiritual laws are inherent, and everyone is accountable to that law within their hearts. And that, like those birds, we can flow together in total harmony and still take care of our lives collectively and individually. Provide. It's just a beautiful concept when you think about it. But it's something that our ego keeps trying to convince us it's not possible, that you've got to do it all by yourself and nobody else is going to help you. Nobody else is going to. All of this is that. All of that is ego. And so the reason why we would come in and heal all these things for the collective is because all of this stuff, this energy is like clouds, dark clouds, blocking the sun, blocking the knowledge and the joy of the sun. It's blocking all of this oneness, awareness. And as we clear it, and as the planet's vibration elevates into the fifth dimension, all of this is going to come back to you. It's going to awaken, and it's awakening day by day, moment by moment within you. We just have to, within ourselves, become accountable in terms of awareness, to not allow pain to continue to blind us and hold us prisoner in a reality that only exists because you believe. That's what's holding it together, your belief. And shifting that belief to something more positive might sound a little weak, but eventually it sounds weak when I say it because none of us has truly given enough of our belief into the power of love. The ego has convinced us it's a weakness, and that if you use it, people are going to step all over you. See, fear. And that fear guard is like a gatekeeper. It just keeps you from stepping. Yep, get back in your place. I got you now. Heal. None of that is right. You have free will. You are the one that's been given at least that power. And we don't even know how to use that. Because our ego is always talking us down, browbeating us whenever we feel the least bit of ourselves. Or as the old folks used to say, when we start to smell ourselves, like, how dare you? How dare you, own yourself? How dare you? Dare back. I do dare. I do dare to be free. I do dare to love and to exercise it until I am totally a believer. It's going to just keep sounding weak and corny. So I'm just going to be corny. All right, let's take a look at the Archangel that we're working with this week, and it's Archangel Gabriel. And the Archangel Gabriel, as you can see, his aura is pure white. And Archangel Gabriel is in charge of your base, sacral, and navel chakra. And so he is in charge. He brings us the energy of balance, of oneness and harmony. Just think about the qualities of the navel chakra and the other chakras as well. And the card says, Shimmer with diamond light. Express your creativity. So many people also, with Archangel Gabriel, see him as an archangel who um, helps to bring out our creative expression. Archangel Gabriel is holding that diamond, like his cosmic diamond. And you can ask him to place this cosmic diamond over you so that you have total clarity and integrity in your mind and heart. And he can surround you in a pure white ball of light that can repel all of the lower frequencies. You can also ask him to place his cosmic diamond around you as well, which will do work in a very similar way. You'll feel it just pop off. The facets of the diamonds just pop off all of the lower frequencies. So you can really have optimal clarity in the moment. So let me just tune in for a moment to just see specifically if there's anything that Archangel Gabriel is sharing with us. So I felt like I'm seeing a canvas. It was a little weird, but because it could also be like sort of several screens. And I saw the word love, and what it felt like to me was to really focus on what you love right now. So what he's getting at is not just in an artistic way, that's true as well, but he means with your life. In your life, in any moment, no matter what, because the things that are reflecting back at you are things that are ricocheting. You know, fear is like a gun. When you point that thing in, and I'm just going to say it this way, it's almost, imagine like your reality is like this holographic room that surrounds you. And when you shoot it, it just bounces off, keeps bouncing off. And if you keep shooting the same picture, like fear, then it keeps, and then it can splinter into other things and just keep creating until it finally loses its speed. But most of us, as it's ricocheting, keep focusing on it and get more excited, and then it's like poo, 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 poo. So it just never stops shooting. And what he's saying is, in that moment, like the canvas, focus on what you love. He wants you to focus on the reality that you really, that is loving. And this is hard, and this is what they mean by, some way, visualization. Let's say you're in a situation, and this is coming to my mind, you know, you have a job interview, and you're just scared to death that you're not prepared, or you don't have everything that you need, or in the moment you feel stuck and you don't know what to say or what to do or how to approach it. And what he's saying to you, instead of shooting off that gun about all those bad ideas and all that negativity, all of your worries, focus on what you love. Let that formulate the picture of the desire you want to experience during your job interview and the process of preparing for it. Keep coming back to the picture of love. You use your fear. You suffer unnecessarily. Yeah, you said, but this is life. Okay, but love is life too. Believe. Give it a try. Focus. You might not gonna get it on the first 4 or 5 tries. It's gonna take more interviews and more practicing specifically. Wouldn't it be interesting to just apply and not worry about getting a job, but be more caring about changing the way you operate, the way your mind operates against you, and building a new system that works for you and it allows you to feel fulfillment and satisfaction, soul satisfaction, at the very idea of it. This is something that we all need to start doing so that we don't keep firing off our fears. Aren't you tired of that? So the idea of that cross with the circle, focus on what you want. Focus on what you love, even the better way to say it. But they wanted me to say that first because they want you to understand that what you want should be what you love always. You should never want anything that isn't truly, purely about love. And so that tells us that we often focus on what we want out of fear. We want it not because we love it. We want it because we're afraid of not having it, or we're afraid that if we don't have it, there's something wrong with us, or we're afraid that if we don't have it, what we want, that thing, we want it because we believe that everybody else will think that we're successful. That's not love. That's not pure love. That's fear. And when you're calling upon Archangel Gabriel, you have to understand that you're dealing with purity. So if you want his assistance, your integrity has to be impeccable. Your love has to be pure, and not in the sense of impeccable or pure, these words that you can't, but the word would be better, respect. Respect your true desire. That's what he means by pure or impeccable. Respect your truth. Now you know you can do that. If I say impeccable or pure or any other of these pristine type words, you feel like that's perfection, unreachable, unattainable. Just respect your truth in every moment. If every vision that you focus upon that is pure love respects your truth, there's nothing difficult about you finding that. Because fear is sending you on a wild goose chase. And it's expensive, meaning it costs you a lot of energy. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Wands. And when I see the Queen of Wands, the key word that's coming up to me right now is resourcefulness. You are resourceful. And another key word for her would be support. The Queen's support. You have a lot of support around you. This is your time to access it, the universe is saying. You have a lot of resources around you. You're resourceful yourself. Tap into that support system. Don't be afraid, because that support system is there out of respect for your truth. So don't look at people you think are support, that it's a fear-based relationship. No, pure love, respect for your truth, and your respect for their truth. And we have the Three of Pentacles, just kind of affirming that working together, great minds coming together. This card shows, that you have some things in your mind that you're sitting on. And it's sort of like you see these eggs in the nest here, and it's sort of like, but it feels like it's just coming out of the earth itself. It's time to give birth to this. But this is not you alone. There are people, resources that you need to tap into. This is the time, if you've been thinking about so and so, who might be good to talk about with this or to do this together, this would be the time. Or if it's, you were thinking about so and so as this person that you should work with for your own, for whatever purpose for yourself, that's also, again, whatever it is that's going on with you, the resources are there. You just have to tap into it. And don't be afraid to work with other people, collaborate. And here we have the 10 of Cups. And this means, again, soul satisfaction and fulfillment. That feeling. This is the goal that you're working through or with and through. You're working with this and you're working through this energy dynamic. Nothing else should be in place of this. Nothing else should be in place of this. So when you sit back and make up this picture in your head that you don't have a lot of resources or you're limited, this is the illusion that you need to override. And if you focus on the adjustment, the writing is that you need to adjust your lens from fear to love. When you tap into this soul satisfaction and fulfillment, know that you're tapping into the reservoir of the universe that shares the same feeling and goal of purpose that you do for the want or the desire that you have. That is a belief you need to develop and integrate into this sort of transformation in your awareness. And be open. Don't keep looking at the people who keep closing the doors in front of you. We kind of idolize people who close doors in front of us, and we get stuck there. That rejection, and we cannot look at all the others' hearts open to us. It's sort of almost sadistic that we, you know, that we want to just give our hearts to someone who doesn't respect our truth. So instead of the door, that person, okay, that's not the path for you. It's not the door. They do not respect your truth. You are looking for the door that respects your truth. And if you keep doing this, you don't have to focus on the fear of being rejected. But what you will be focused on is the doors that are open to you, the people, the organizations who respect your truth. They see you, they respect you, and they honor your truth. All right. Ooh, now look at this. So the card I pulled from the bottom is the Devil card. And so this is sort of kind of warning you, I hate to use that word, you know, and it's so funny I just said that sadistic thing, you know, that we're wired this way. And so here's the deeper lesson. This is what the warning is. It's saying to you, it's okay. You cannot fight with your fears. Remember, you have to embrace them. There's a reason for everything. There's a deeper opportunity for healing here. And it's interesting, you can very clearly see that this card is very phallic. And it's interesting that the heart is here at the base. And it gives us this sense that we put too much of our power, love, into the indulgence of pleasures and all that can bring, right? The love of money. You know, everything turns into the love of money, the love of, you know, of power, the love of, you know, control, dominance. We love this more than we love our freedom, than our peace on earth. So many people are addicted to love, of power, greed, these things, that they are giving away their true power. They're giving away pure love. They're giving away their integrity. They're giving away their respect, their truth. They're not honoring it. And this is the vicious cycle that keeps us all coming back to the point of pain and suffering. So be aware of what you love more than you love being happy and fulfilled and at peace and harmony with one another and abundant, because the universe, the world, is full of resources that you already have access to. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful month or a beautiful week. God bless you.